The first report, which I published today, is an investigation report in relation to an unauthorized access to the credit data in the TE credit reference system. The TE credit reference system was operated by Soft Media Technology Company Limited. Around 680 licensed moneylenders used this credit reference system, which contained the credit data of about 180,000 borrowers. And the present investigation arose from a complaint lodged with my office, complaining that the credit data of the complainant in the credit reference system was accessed a number of times by 8 moneylenders unknown to him without his consent or authorization. And as a result of our investigation, I find that there were deficiencies in the security measures taken by Soft Media Technology Company in the operation and management of the credit reference system. In particular, Soft Media allowed unlimited access to the credit reference system at a very low fee. Essentially, when the moneylender paid $2, the moneylender would be having unlimited access to the credit reference system for 5 days. And 5 days later, if he paid $2 again, he would have another series of unlimited access for another 5 days. And it is regrettable that Soft Media did not regularly monitor or supervise moneylenders' access to or use of the credit reference system. The second aspect of serious deficiency is that, notwithstanding the amount and nature of the personal data in question, Soft Media did not adopt a strong password policy. Neither did it set any expiration period for passwords, and moneylenders are just left to set the passwords themselves, and they can keep on using the same password forever. Thirdly, another deficiency is that there was prolonged retention of over 50,000 credit records of those borrowers who had repaid their loans more than 5 years ago. In the circumstances, I'm of the opinion that Soft Media has contravened the relevant requirements of the Personal Data Privacy Ordinance. In particular, Soft Media has failed to take all practicable steps to protect the personal data in the credit reference system against unauthorized or accidental access, processing, or use. And this is in contravention of Data Protection Principle 4 of the Privacy Ordinance in relation to the security of personal data. Secondly, Soft Media has also failed to ensure that the personal data in the credit reference system is not kept longer than it is necessary. And this is in contravention of Data Protection Principle 2 of the Privacy Ordinance in relation to the retention of personal data. Given the contraventions, I've therefore served enforcement notice on Soft Media, directing it to take action to remedy and prevent recurrence of the contraventions in question. In particular, I have directed Soft Media to delete all those 50,000 credit data of those borrowers who have repaid their loans for more than 5 years. I would also like to make a few observations as a result of this investigation, because I'm concerned about the findings of the investigation. The current operation and management of the TE credit reference system is not regulated by any industry code or any law relating to the financial sector, including, for example, the Moneylenders Ordinance and the Code of Practice of Licensed Moneylenders. And I would say this situation is far from satisfactory. To ensure the protection of borrowers' personal data privacy and the data security of the data kept in the credit reference system, I recommend that the operation and management of any credit reference database should be regulated or supervised through laws, regulations, guidelines, industry codes, or licensing systems. It is of crucial importance that appropriate penalties should be imposed on the wrongdoers, that the privacy of borrowers should be adequately protected, and the data security of all the data in the credit reference system should be properly safeguarded. I will now turn on to the other report which I published today, which is a review report on a comparison of the privacy settings of 10 online shopping platforms. In this report, we have reviewed the privacy settings of 10 online shopping platforms in order to understand how they collect and use the personal data of their users. And the names of the 10 online platforms are shown on this slide. I do not propose to repeat them here. Basically, all online platforms reviewed have formulated privacy policies, which specify that they collect between 12 to 23 types of personal data. And 4 platforms altogether out of 10 platforms, including BK Mall, eBay, Price.com, and Samsung, allow purchases without requiring user account registration. In other words, there is no need for you to register as a user before you can carry out any online shopping on these 4 platforms. I think most of the platforms reviewed have minimum age requirements. And although Carousel, Fortress, and JD.com have minimum age requirements, there are no measures in place to prevent registration by persons under 18. On direct marketing, all of the platforms reviewed would basically use users' personal data for direct marketing. And 4 of the platforms provide options to users during the user registration process for them to indicate whether they accept advertising or promotional messages. Another 4, although they provide such options during the registration process, they have set the default as agreed. In the situation of one platform, JD.com, it neither provides such an option during registration nor displays any message seeking the relevant consent from users. And on tracking users' activities, all online shopping platforms basically would track users' activities. And this includes location information, browsing history, meaning that whether the user has browsed on certain platforms, has looked at certain materials or products, transaction history, and also device information. As regards their privacy policies and the transfer of personal data, we also noticed that all platforms reviewed state in their privacy policy that they will transfer the personal data of users to third parties, including business partners, affiliates or related companies, advertising and promotion partners, and also outside service contractors. And most of the platforms reviewed also accept payments through third-party payment platforms. On readability of privacy policies, 3 platforms rank the highest in terms of readability, and they are Carousel, eBay, and PlayStation. As regards the deletion of user accounts, basically all platforms reviewed allow users to delete their accounts. But we noticed that 4 platforms in question provide users with clearer options for account deletion. Together with this report, I've also made recommendations to operators of online shopping platforms, and all these recommendations are shown on this slide. I would just like to highlight a few here. In particular, we recommend the online platform operators to appoint a data protection officer to ensure that the requirements of the privacy ordinance are complied with. We also recommend them to increase transparency, for example, in tracking users' activities. And we also ask them to adopt privacy by default or privacy by design in designing the services of the online platform. Last but not least, we have issued a pamphlet today offering some tips to users of online shopping platforms. This particular pamphlet provides advice to users on how to protect their personal data privacy and also how to carry out online shopping safely. I've set out all the tips on this slide, so I do not propose to repeat all of them here. So with that, I've come to the end of my presentation.